Hey everybody, I am here with a new review of the 2020 film Black Bear, which is only currently available to rent video on demand or possibly limited theatrical, but who's going and seeing movies theatrically right now? Anyway, Black Bear is directed by Lawrence Michael Levine. This stars Aubrey Plaza as Allison. Obviously, she's really famous from a bunch of different things. I guess my favorite thing that she's done is probably Ingrid Goes West. And I know that she's definitely an acquired taste as far as acting style, but we'll talk about her in this movie. We also have Blair, played by Sarah Gadon. She's been in a bunch of things. And then we also have Gabe, played by Christopher Abbott, who is really, in a sneaky way, making a splash on the indie scene, and I think you're going to start seeing him more and more and more and more. He was in Possessor this year, and he's just been slowly building up his lineup of kind of indie roles. What is Black Bear? So Black Bear, basically, you've got the couple, Gabe and Blair, who have this sort of cabin, but that they're using as kind of a retreat as well. So artistic types are going to be invited to this place to record music, get away from it all, write, whatever it might be. And the movie starts with Allison, who is an actress and a director, coming to this retreat as a way to kind of spark her creativity for her next project. And that's kind of the setup of the three main characters. Obviously, these three have a dynamic between them, and the first half of the movie is kind of this poisonous, half passive-aggressive, half aggressive kind of interaction between these three characters, where the Allison character is kind of standoffish, and she puts in a lot of little remarks. She kind of plays the role that you kind of think of as Aubrey Plaza's kind of character in a lot of roles, and kind of her character in real life. This kind of sarcastic, kind of a little bit odd, a little bit poking at the nature of the relationships that are around her. The couple, who are not married, Blair and Gabe, Blair is pregnant, and Gabe and Blair seem to have a lot of tension between them, and that bubbles up pretty quickly. And this whole first half is almost like a Neo version of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Really awkward, really tense, very, like I said, poisonous. Not as scathing as Virginia Woolf, but it definitely gets close to that edge. And then it kind of, the second half switches to something entirely different. I could compare it to a recent movie, but if I did, it would kind of give you away too much of kind of where the twist goes. But let's just say this movie has two distinct halves, and the second half has the same characters, the same actors, but roles have been switched a little bit, and the situation has been switched a little bit, but the setting is the same. And I'll kind of leave it at that. Now, this is a really hard movie to say whether I would recommend it or not. If you like really intense relationship dramas, especially where everything is very, very, cruel and manipulative. If you can kind of get into that headspace, then this movie is done very well. The acting is amazing. I would say definitely Aubrey Plaza is showing some incredible acting chops here, which other than maybe Ingrid Goes West, I haven't seen her really dive deep in a character quite as much as she does here. She's not playing kind of this mannered kind of caricature that she sort of puts on a lot of times. She's letting all the emotions out. It's pretty impressive acting on her part, definitely on her part. She steals the movie, although the other actors are all really good. I would say if you can kind of get into that headspace and kind of at least appreciate that sort of drama, this would be a good movie for you. For me, it's not a place I really want to live in that much, so I don't get... It's more one of those kind of movies where I admire the skill and I admire the way it's made. I can't really say there's anything bad about the movie itself. It's well done, but it's not a place that I want to live, and I don't feel like I really get a lot, either emotionally or intellectually or, entertainment wise, out of this movie. I mean, it makes me feel really cold afterwards, kind of the same way that Virginia Woolf does. I mean, Virginia Woolf is one of those movies where you can watch it and go like, wow, they're acting their butts off. It's really intense. The writing is really, scathing and sharp, but it's not a movie that makes me really excites me or hits me in the heart or hits me, makes me intellectually excited to watch it over and over again, or visually. So in that sense, I guess if you like the one, you'll probably like the other. There's a little more genre twisting going on here, which I haven't really discussed in the second half, which might add an element to some people's enjoyment of this movie. Once again, I would hesitantly recommend this to people who sound like they would like the things that I mentioned. Others, I would say, this is not for you. Check out something else. Once again, for me, so how would I rate it? Yeah, what would I rate it? I wouldn't rate it a 2 out of 5. I wouldn't rate it a 5 out of 5. Somewhere in the 3.5 range for me, because I can really admire the acting. I can really admire the skill at which it's made. I think that it's firing in all the ways that it wants to fire, but it doesn't go up to a 4 or 5 because it doesn't really give me anything that really pleases me as a movie goer and watcher. So I guess that's my kind of muddled review of Black Bear. I'll be back soon with a review of a movie that I can strongly recommend, and that'll probably be in a day or so. All right, see you soon. Oh, don't forget, check out Find Your Film. I will put the link down below. That is our weekly podcast. Bye.